A lot has been said about Karnataka elections, and it's true that before the elections, after the ticket distribution really happens, some rebellions, mutiny, crossover from one party to another, that's not unusual. But when former Deputy Chief Minister exits, and these are these high-profile exits that we're talking about, it directly concerns the Lingayat vote in the state, which is very, very critical for any political party. It does point out, sir, that all is not well within the BJP. Mr. Rao.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I think we've been very vocal on these things. What are those? We are banking on our development, we are banking on our performance and also our social re-engineering factors. Having said so, now if you were to come to Mr. Shetter, let me address it directly. If you are pointing questions of as to Mr. Shetter is that, I think I need to, a few things I need to mention it out. He was the same person. He was a young man for so many years. He has been a CM. He has been a revenue minister. He has been a leader of opposition for the BJP. And of all, when he is leaving, you know what he told? Just 2 days before he left BJP, quote unquote, I'll just say this, Congress is in ICU in Karnataka. In whole of India, the Congress is decimated. DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah are finishing the party. And the same person, after a few days, goes back to the Congress and bats for the Congress. It's really, it is opportunistic politics. It's nothing to do with ideological thought process for Mr. Shetter. And if you're talking about Lingayats, I really don't understand the Congress party. It was the same Congress party way back in 2018 who wanted to bring in some sort of a disturbance, and they wanted to, in fact, create a new religion whatsoever, which backfired to them.
Yeah.
At that point of time, I remember October 2018, when DK Shivkumar, with folded hands, he told, we did a very wrong thing and it was a blunder from our part. So therefore, to say that Lingayats, it is an issue, no, absolutely not. Lingayats have been voting for us right from 1990 onwards, when they demeaned and insulted Virendra Patil. We know how Mr. Rajiv Gandhi treated them. So therefore, in fact, we have been very happy about our performance. Look at the reservation aspects.
No, sir, I want to come back to the defections. You put your point across that how the BJP is confident, and you're confident that you're going to hold on to those votes. And I'm sure that as a political person, you know the importance of Lingayat votes. But I want to understand from you that with all these defections, there's also Mr. Ishwarappa. There was a call that the Prime Minister made to Mr. Ishwarappa, and he said that he stands firm with the party. The entire Lingayat factor and whether any other high-profile exit is going to happen from the party is something that has worried the High Command as well. But it is a known fact, and I'm sure the other panelists on the broadcast, especially Mr. Sumanth, Raman, might want to come in on this, that it can be a benefit, say, for a party like JDS. About 20 turncoats have been fielded for them, and some of them may even win in the north of the Karnataka. That could directly affect the Congress and the BJP. So for you to say, no, these defections are not going to affect us, I don't think that holds true for the BJP. Mr. Raman, what's your view on that?
No, most certainly these defections will impact the BJP. The question is, to what extent would that impact be? Because northern Karnataka is a kind of a stronghold for BJP, and therefore they would have a certain measure of comfort in northern Karnataka. But if these defections start to hurt them, even in 20, 25, 30 seats, it could be a big problem for BJP. As far as JDS is concerned, they only have pockets of influence in northern Karnataka. They are a South Karnataka party. So I can't see the JDS making huge inroads into northern Karnataka. It's not very, very unlikely to happen. But the Congress is certainly poised to benefit. And increasingly, it is starting to look like a wave election. What till about 2 weeks ago was seeming to be a tight contest, slowly it is moving away from the BJP at the moment. And I think that if...
And Mr. Raman, while you say that, these are the visuals we are running on the screen on the right hand side. These are the live visuals of a roadshow that Mr. JP Nadda is conducting in Bidar, Karnataka. So clearly, the top brass of the BJP is on the ground. You'll also have the Prime Minister campaigning in the state.
They will fight. There is no doubt that they will fight. But the point is, which way is the wind blowing? And it's not just from the exit of Mr. Shetter or Mr. Lakshman Savadi. The general trend is going away from the BJP in Karnataka.
And why is that
And
so?
he-
And why is
but
that so in your understanding that the general trend is going away from the BJP and you're calling it a wave election?
I think the delivery of the last 4 years has not been up to the mark, and this image of corruption, 40% Sarkara, has sort of had an impact on the ground. The other important, when you have contractors committing suicide and all that, it creates an extremely negative perception for the ruling party.
All right, let
Plus,
me.
of course, Mr. Bommai is not exactly the
Can I
most
come in?
inspiring of
I'll come to you,
choices for
Madhuji.
chief
I'll come to
minister.
you. I'll give you the opportunity to respond. I want to bring in Lavanya into the discussion. Lavanya, as I pointed out, there's a roadshow by Mr. JP Nadda. The Modi factor, do you think that could be decisive in Karnataka election? It has been the factor for the BJP for them to win multiple state election. Brand Narendra Modi has not faded. It has only become stronger with time. Though local issues hold a lot of importance, but the kind of sway Prime Minister, his own personality has had and the impact on multiple state elections, do you believe that can be the story in Karnataka as well? BJP thinks so.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Anusha. No, it's not this time in Karnataka. If you look at our Prime Minister's recent visits to Karnataka, there's a huge amount of backlash. People are questioning his silence. It was going through multiple crises in the last 4 years. There was a radio silence from the Prime Minister. He did not acknowledge the problems this was facing, and that was the question everybody was raising. And as far as Mr. Nadda is concerned, right now the most unpopular person in Karnataka is Mr. JP Nadda after a speech the other day where he threatened, saying, if the BJP doesn't win in Karnataka, you will not be in the graces of the Prime Minister. And that has made him very, very unpopular. And as well as Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he's a Prime Minister. Come on. I know he's a star campaigner for BJP, but today he had called up Ishwarappa, the minister who was forced to resign because of corruption charges, and he's telling him not to rebel, and he's trying to pacify him and all of that. See, it may be good within the party premises, perfect, but when it became public knowledge, right, the people are questioning now. The Prime Minister who famously said na khaunga na khane dunga is right now talking to a leader who was sacked because of corruption charges, because a contractor committed suicide, right? And Ishwarappaji was forced to resign. So what is a message that our Prime Minister is giving to the people of Karnataka? So no, it will not, the brand Modi ji will not work as much as it has worked in other states. It will not work in Karnataka this time, especially because
Madhu and Rao, you've heard from from the expert and also from the Congress party that this entire charge of corruption, 40% corruption, and how that's problematic is something